Hello, friends, and greetings for the day. Welcome back to another Technology Solutions, where we connect together to talk about your queries, questions, and doubts and clarifications which you may have in order to get them resolved to assist you with your better preparation on ISTQB certifications, or be your problems be related to anything else that is a testing related query or maybe your career guidance. If you should have anything with you, do let me know. I'm here to assist you for an hour now, right from the 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. And we will definitely talk about it and try to resolve as many problems as possible. So go ahead, team, and let me know if you have any concerns, any questions to be discussed about. And I'm here to assist you for the entire 1 hour on your queries and doubts and clarification. All right. So meanwhile, quickly take me to some of the common things what we have been through so far, and we have got some of the comments which we can talk about. Meanwhile, the people join us, and I'll be responding to some of these comments. So there's a person who asked me about. Could you please suggest me any test books for test analyst ISTQB certification? So I think for the foundation levels, you do have a lot of training and learning material, but when it comes to advanced level certifications, we do not have much of resources, and we do not have a lot of content to be shared along with your learning prospects. So you do have a very good established book as of now from a long time, that is Rex Black. Rex Black is another author who writes a lot of book about overall ISTQB certification examinations. So make sure that if you are interested to go for a book, so you can make use of Rex Black, and that book is well defined for preparation on advanced levels. And other than that, I don't think you will have any good material to be prepared other than my tutorials, which will definitely add a lot of value above and all whatever you're preparing from. And definitely you can have a good practice from that book. But of course, that book will definitely give you a good clarity, because I myself have been through that book, that is Rex Black on test analyst, technical test analyst, and test manager. So just if you're interested to go for any reading material for your advanced level certification, please opt for the Rex Black. And I think that's the only book which you will find on the online sources for your advanced level preparation. Okay, so yeah, that was one of the things which I just wanted to pick up from the comment box. And let me see if I have another question. I think I've responded to most of the queries. I'm up to date, so there are no such messages remaining. And I think there are a lot of comments again this week as well, that people have cleared their examination and passed their certification on foundation and advanced level. So I would like to congratulate all of them who have succeeded in completion of their certification this week, and have dropped me a message on the comment box that they have completed their certification and guidance. So I wish you all the very best for all your future endeavors, and thank you for choosing the material which is available online for preparing your certification. So thanks for opting the content. And of course, should you have anything in future as well, do let me know. I'm always there to assist you and answer your queries and help you in preparing your certification at any point of time. Okay, so that was another thing which I just wanted to say. And okay, there was a person here again on the channel. This next comment was, did you miss the red box testing? So he or she commented this particular comment on the foundation level test types. So if you remember that, in a foundation level in chapter 2, you have covered about white box testing, black box testing, and we have discussed a lot about it. Like white box testing is about back-end testing, and black box testing is about the front-end UI level testing. So how exactly does that go? Is basically to give you a different exposure of testing a particular product. But this gentleman has asked me the question that did you miss about red box testing? So of course, there is another level of testing which is not so frequently used, specifically being calling it as like red box testing. But yes, when you talk about that, it is basically a protocol testing. What exactly protocol is, which is user and client can apply any techniques to accept the project. They will apply white box or gray box or black box for accepting the project. So we are calling the user acceptance testing as a red box testing. But keeping that in mind that these terminologies are not used by ISTQB, they rather make use of user acceptance testing instead of calling it as red box testing. So these are some of the organizations, like small scale organizations, who have started making use of these terminologies that red box testing will be acceptance testing, and there is something called as green box testing. There's something called as yellow box testing, but these are not covered in our syllabus. So if in case you are following it from the point of certification, then please don't get distracted by these things, because these are not going to be covered as a part of syllabus, and nobody will be asking you a question about that. So that's one of the things. So other than that, there are of course white box and black box testing, which will definitely be there to assist you. Okay, so I think that was another question which was asked, and okay, so there was another question on foundation level, which was about decision table testing. And I think decision table testing, if you remember, the technique is all about when you have a situation which is, or scenario, which is condition and decision basis. That means a scenario makes use of certain conditions to validate the scenario and have the outcome based on that. So whenever a scenario consists of certain conditions which determine the outcome of the scenario, then we make use of decision table testing to draw our test cases or derive our test cases from this approach. The decision table testing will basically make use of truth table concept, that is Boolean, and we'll be deriving the test cases from the point of like true, 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 false, false, true, and false, false, and so on. So whenever you make use of decision table, you will derive possible combinations between the conditions and the possible outcomes based on these conditions, and then you will determine what number of test cases you would be sufficiently needed in order to achieve the success. So that's one of the things, and that's what we wanted to tell you about the decision table. All right, team. So I don't see anyone joining in today. I don't know if that is a kind of technical problem, because there are not much people on the call today. And if that's so, then we will be calling off the session for today in short time, because it can be possible that people are engaged with their weekend plans and there are no people. So there's no point me sitting idle here and waiting for people to join in. So if we don't have any kind of questions coming up from the audience and participants, then we will be just calling off the session in the next 15 minutes. So if in case you have any questions, just hop in, ask your questions, and hop out. If we don't have any criteria that we should stay along with the entire session, you just have to join in and ask your question. And this initiative is only for you to assist you with your queries and doubts and clarifications, so that you can have responses to anything of that. So should you have anything with you which is regarding the ISTQB certification, or which is regarding the testing modules, automation, manual testing, or any terminologies, in fact, about your career guidance as well in the testing path, then you can definitely ask your question about that. So just make sure that you utilize the most important moment when we connect together, other than the video-driven tutorials. We will definitely make use of this opportunity and have as many questions being resolved as much as possible during this live session. So we connect every weekend between Saturday, that is 7 p.m. to 8 p.m., and we discuss and answer your questions at this point of time. So should you have anything with you, any kind of queries related to any certification, be it foundation or advanced level, you can definitely and get them resolved before you hit your final examination. All right, so I see that slowly the count is getting increased. So we're just waiting for people to join in and ask their questions. If they have any questions, you can definitely ask them. Alrighty, so that's yes. If you have any questions, do let me know by dropping your comments on the comment box, and I'm here to assist you with your queries and respond to them, and help you in your preparation for the certification. So make sure that you most out of this opportunity when we connect live and talk about your queries and try to provide the resolutions to that. Okay, waiting for the questions. This session is exclusively for you. If you have any questions, I'm here to answer them. And otherwise, we will be discontinuing with the session in some time, because we acknowledge that there are participants who are not having any questions today, and this session is exclusively for you to respond to your queries. So if you have any questions, please drop them. If not, we will be looking forward to call up this session for today, and we will continue the next week. Oh, now I get it. I think we have a Valentine's weekend, so most of the peoples are busy not preparing, actually celebrating their weekend for the Valentine's Day. And I wish all our viewers happy Valentine's Day in advance. Okay, we have got very first comment, Zad Khan, from where I can get the foundation level course book to prepare for ISTQB. You can definitely buy that, Zad, from the online sources. You do have my book if you're interested to go for that. You can search for the book by using the title Guide to ISTQB Foundation Certification. No matter which country you are in, my book is available everywhere on Amazon. So you can search for this book and you can find this material, and that can be delivered to you. We do have both the options. You can have paperback, or you can also have an ebook to prepare for your certification. Okay. So I'm not sure which country you are from. So you can just search on your country specific Amazon store, and you will find this book by this book name, that is A Guide to ISTQB Foundation Certification. If in case your country Amazon store doesn't have this book, you can go to any other country store, Amazon store, and you can find the ebook version to prepare for your examination. And I hope, yeah, that will be the great material for you to prepare well for your certification. So you can go with that. Okay. All right. All the very best. And let me know if you have any other concerns other than this. Yes, team. Anyone else having any other questions to be discussed or spoke about? We will definitely love to respond to them before we call off the session for today. Should you have anything related to the certifications, you are free to ask your questions and let me know what your concern is, and I'm here to respond to all your queries. Just I'm a chat away, so you can definitely make use of this opportunity where you can share your concerns and questions with me. And definitely, I will be here to assist you with responding to your queries and answering them. Yes, Dad, you can very well go through the videos which you have on the channel because the channel videos have got the detailed understanding of each and every content as per the syllabus. So that could be enough actually. But the book is basically for the people who think that no, these are just a small piece of information. I would need a detailed exploration on that or detailed understanding on that. So book will be catering those participants who need that kind of assistance. So my job is to basically assist you with all possible ways. So that's the reason you will find everything what you may need in order to prepare well for your certification. You have number one, the videos on the channel. Number two, you have the book to refer. Number three, you have training happening every month to assist you with the preparation. So you can opt any of these things to prepare well for your exam. So it's again depending on completely on different participants. Different participants have different their mindset to learn certain things, so it completely depends on you. You start with the tutorial and see that if you're able to understand everything and able to answer some of the questions, then it's absolutely fine. But if you think that no, you need a deeper dive into that in order to learn more things or understand how exactly the things are working around, then you can definitely go for the book, and you can learn from that as well. Okay, so that completely depends on you. So if in case you do have a prior understanding of basics of testing, then videos will be more than enough. But if you're completely new to testing, I would recommend you a book because you need detailed explanation of each and everything more than the videos. Or the other option could be the training, which you can have, which will definitely add a lot of value to your preparation. Okay, Zed. So if you have any other thing, please drop them in the chat box. I'm here to assist you and respond to your questions. Just let me know whatever your concern is all about. Okay, there's another question. Another question, I have done PSCS and now working as a SQA engineer. What's the best master's degree for me to move further? I think you can continue doing the same thing. You can basically opt in to be a kind of CS itself or related domain, which could be specific to any particular domain. Like you can talk about IT or infrastructure or information technology, or even if you can talk about information science, which is related to the software and the domain specific kind of thing. So it can be fine with anything right now what you can do, and you can even look for more of the manager or operations to do your master's. So if you're talking about masters from the point of MBA, I would recommend you operations to go for, because operations adds a lot of value. That helps you to determine the team management and leadership courses. So that will add a lot of value to your portfolio. So if you are looking to go into the core, you can definitely go with your BMS. And if you are looking forward to be an MBA, then please look forward to have an operations, master's degree with MBA, which will add a lot of value to your desk job when you work as a engineer within an organization. Because maybe tomorrow you would look forward to be a manager for the team. Then these MBA, graduation, post graduation will definitely add a lot of value to your portfolio. Okay. All right, we have another question from Ravikant. How do you prepare for test analyst? Test analyst is basically extension of foundation level itself. So I hope you are foundation certified already, because that's a prerequisite for the test analyst certification. You must be certified with foundation. So if you know all the contents of foundation, here we are further pushing the content to an advanced level, that being an analyst, basically you lead the team of functional testing and have certain responsibilities from the point of planning some of the things like contributing to the test manager and managing your team within, determining what functional levels must be conducted, how it should be conducted, what are the activities which happens within the functional testing, then taking care of that, measuring the progress, reporting to the test manager. So putting it all together, a test analyst is basically a person who is an intermediate between the test manager and the functional testing team. What do you mean by functional testing team? The one who does unit, integration, system, and acceptance. Okay, these are the four levels which are called as functional testing, and test analyst will be the leader of this entire team. So you will be taught about the same things at advanced level from the role play of test analyst. So whenever you learn about this, try to behave like a test analyst. Assume that you are already a test analyst and you are learning about your responsibilities from an organization. So that will help you to remember things and understand. At the same time, prepare well for your examination. We do have the same techniques from foundation, which are extended to further level. That means more complicated scenarios will be given to you. Plus, you do have some add-on topics talking from the point of test automation, test tools, and test management, defect management. So that will be something extra which you have to explore during your preparation. So other than that, I think it's if you have made your way through the foundation level, it should not be complicated. It's just that we are adding a responsibility of more than the learning just the theoretical definitions and all. So you will have more to explore, and you may have some of the scenario questions as well, scenario-based questions during the examination. So make sure that you just don't learn something; you try to apply them. The reason is when you apply them, you understand that what situation you can apply this particular approach, like risk-based testing. What is risk identification process? What is risk assessment? How do you assess that? Because a test analyst has to do the risk-based testing. That means identifying the risk, assessing the risk, mitigating the risk. How do you write test cases for that? So those kind of things must be at applying level. So they may ask you some scenario-based questions on this. So they will give you a scenario, and then they will ask you at this point of time what step you should be taking. These things, which will definitely add a lot of value. Okay. So I wish you all the best, Ravikant. If you have any other questions, please let me know. Yes, team, I'm welcoming all the questions, what you may have in order to talk about. So make sure that if you have anything to discuss or anything to get resolved with, just I'm a chat away, drop me a chat there, and I will be here to respond to your queries and answer them. Yes, team, if you have any other questions regarding the certifications or testing, then just feel free to drop them in the chat box. I'm here to respond to your queries and answer them so that you can have all your queries resolved. Okay, we have another question coming in from Krishna. Sir, regarding the test automation class, do you have any upcoming sessions, please? Test automation class, we will be expecting to have one in the March. I will definitely keep you posted about the same. You can follow the community page of our channel to get the latest updates on the training. Because if I have any trainings happening, I will definitely post it on the community page. So make sure that you now and then, whenever you visit the channel, you do visit the community page. And we will be having one batch on test automation. So definitely you don't want to miss that. Okay, but not this month. This month I'm completely packed, so I don't think I have some free dates to conduct a session. So most probably it will be happening next month. That is early 1 week, first week or second week of test automation. Which automation you suggest? I think right now things which are trending is of course the Selenium with Python or Java. Java is still booming into the market, but there are a lot of demands for the Python with Selenium to automate a lot of things because Python is something which is being used in even AI and ML. So people are looking forward to have automation testers on in Selenium with Python language. So if you are looking forward to go ahead with learning the automation tools, then please look forward to go with Python with Auto Selenium, and that will add a lot of recognition to your profile. In fact, you will have a lot of opportunities to break through and get a good job out of that. Okay. Ravikant says, if I want to be a test manager in the future, then which ISTQB certification will be helpful in this role? I think you can start with your test analyst certification first, Ravi, and then move into the test manager. We do have test manager certification in ISTQB, so you can get certified with that, and that will be the only required thing which you may need from the ISTQB point of view. So start with the test analyst certification, and then get into the second one, that is test manager certification, and that's it. So that will help you to be a certified test manager for an organization. Okay, that says, sir, what do you say? As a beginner, should we work on our skill set, that learning automation, or getting certifications? Zad, of course, as a beginner, I would strongly recommend you to gain as many skills as possible because that's the right time to learn something. Once you start working in an industry, you probably do not have enough time to, learn something new. You will be always stuck with what you are already working on, and you will be happy and satisfied with that. So you will not have a opportunity that should I learn something new or should I switch to something else. So you will get used to whatever you're doing, and you will start building your profile probably down the line 2 years, 4 years. So when you look back at your experience, you basically say that, oh, I've spent 4 years doing this job, why should I switch to something else now, right? So that would be the challenge. But certifications, right now, to be frank, the foundation level is enough because you are saying it as a beginner. So for a beginner, foundation level will be more than enough. But as you grow up, you will definitely need some other certification like test analyst or test manager certification or domain specific certifications, like being an automotive tester, being a mobile tester, being a performance tester, being a usability tester. So we do have certifications for that. So that you can look forward to if you're working specific to a domain execution. But otherwise, certifications will be secondary for a beginner other than the foundation. Okay, other than the foundation, you can only concentrate on building up your skills and building up your profile in such a way that when people look at your profile, they would love to hire you because they need more energetic people to do the job over the certifications. And certification after foundation is at advanced level, which you will need only after 5 to 6 years of time. So you can definitely continue your journey on learning and exploring things and building up your skill set rather than concentrating on getting advanced level certifications which might not be required for you at this point of time. Okay. All right, Krishna says, will working on ISTQB test automation will help first before learning Selenium or so? Not kind of course, anybody can crack the certifications with the knowledge. You can definitely have the knowledge, but for the knowledge you need to work on any certain automation tool. So if you have already knowledge about any automation tool, you can prepare for the certification and get certified because that certification is independent of a tool. Okay, it's not about any particular tool. It's just about generic architecture of test automation. Okay, so no matter which automation tool you would have worked on, you can take up the certification and pass the examination. But if you are looking forward to be more on the learning the tool for the first time and then getting certified, then I would recommend you to learn the tool first and then go for the certification, because there will be many such things in the certification which will be specific about automation. So until unless you know what is automation, what kind of challenges do we face, what kind of architecture do we have, then theoretically understanding that would be difficult. So if you are completely new to automation, I would recommend you to learn an automation tool first, then go for the certification. Okay, because otherwise you will not understand anything, because you wouldn't have done yourself those practical activities. Yeah, sure. You're welcome. Is there anything for healthcare domain? Healthcare domain, I don't think we have anything right now with ISTQB. We rather have only for the popular domains like automotive, and which are product specific, usability, mobile application, performance testing, model based testing. So these are the security tester. So these are the things which you can definitely have. We don't have anything for the healthcare right now. Yasim, anyone else looking for any other questions to talk about, or you have anything which I can help you to clarify? Please drop them in the chat box. I'm here to assist you. All right, we have another person. Any online course that you suggest? Atif. Atif, welcome aboard. And that's a very wide question. Which course, which online course you're talking about? Is it for foundation or advanced level? If you can be very specific on the course, then I can definitely let you know. Yes, meanwhile, other people, if you have any other questions, you are free to drop your queries. I'll be more than happy to respond to you. For manual testing, okay, manual testing, I think I'm not sure because I do have my own courses on Udemy, but that's for certification as of now. I'll be adding a course for manual testing in some time, but I cannot promise you anything recently. With real-time testing cases for the absolute struct. Yeah, sure, why not? I myself have not referred anything on manual testing on Udemy, so that would be a very kind of complicated thing to recommend you right now, because until unless I have reviewed it, I have been through those tutorials, I cannot say that which one is the best course for you. But I think there are channels on YouTube which can give you the a good understanding. But again, I'm not sure because YouTube people have not given that detail what I provide on my channel. I think for manual testing, you can still refer the ISTQB Foundation tutorial of my channel, which will give you the complete understanding of what exactly manual testing is. But yes, as you mentioned clearly that you want to start with absolute struct with the time testing cases, real time testing cases, that would not be there in the foundation level because it's about a particular syllabus, and that only goes with the syllabus learning. Okay, so you may have to check some of the previews from different courses and see that what people are telling is, if that is understandable to you, you can definitely look forward to that. That's the way I think you evaluate a Udemy instructor and a course. So if you think that the preview which is enabled on some of the videos, if you find them understanding, then you can go for that. Otherwise that would be really difficult for me to recommend you something on Udemy, because I myself have not seen courses to recommend you something, because I don't only recommend those things which I have experienced myself. Other than that, it becomes slightly complicated, others. So you may look forward to the foundation level course, and probably I'll be creating a course on manual testing, but not right now. So I cannot promise you anything because I'm running tight on my schedule, and I don't have enough time to record the tutorials. So you may have it in some time, but meanwhile, you can explore some of the courses by going through the preview of the uh, courses which you may have on the Udemy. All right, Kanad says, hello, sir. Good to see you. Hi, Kanad. Very good evening. I think really Kanad has been a great member for the channel and has contributed to the channel for a long time. And thank you so much. And yeah, same here. Good to see you as well. So, Kanad, if you have anything, please sure go ahead and let me know if I can answer you. Yes, anyone else, team, looking for any other queries, any other doubts, any other clarification related to certifications or testing all about? I'm here to assist you, give you the responses, and give you as possible, the best possible assistance which you may have in order to take a decision. So do let me know and get them clarified if you have any questions regarding your preparation on the ISTQB certification. This live session is only to answer your questions. I do not have any announcements. I don't have any kind of narrative things or storytelling. It's completely for you. So if you have any questions, I will respond to them. If you do not have any questions, we will definitely look forward. Okay, Adif again says, what language do you suggest moving forward with automation, Java or C Sharp? I think I would recommend you none of these. I would rather say Python. So if you're looking forward to learn a language, please learn Python because Python has a great scope right now and it will definitely be trending at number one. So if you are looking forward to learn a language, please go for Python, which will add a lot of value, okay, compared to C Sharp and Java. Yes, team. Anyone else has any other questions? Okay, Kenneth says, can you please explain about test work product topic from chapter one? Okay, so if you remember from chapter one, we had a newly added topic from the new syllabus that is work products of the test process. First of all, what exactly work product is? Work product is something which basically is created during your process and is reusable or referable for any other activity during the testing lifecycle. And we call it as work product. In other terms, it is referred as working product. That means one or the other way, this documentation will tell you what your product is all about, right? So that's where we call any such thing which is created as a documentation throughout the testing process is called as work product. Now, what work products have we covered here? We have different stages of the testing lifecycle. We talk about the test planning, test monitoring and control, test analysis, test design, test implementation, execution, and test closure. That is test completion. Now, we do have different work products which are created as a part of each of these topics. Number one, test plan, of course, is one of the product as well. So during test planning, you create a document which is test plan and definitely will tell you that what exactly the plan is all about. So that's one of the work product which is created during the test planning. Similarly, during test monitoring, the progress reports or the test monitoring reports will be called as your work product. During test analysis, you will create the list of test conditions, or when you review or analyze the requirements and any other references, you do have a review report. So that can be a work product for you. Similarly, when you move to test design, writing of the test cases will become your test work product. And when it comes to implementation, you have test procedure, test suites, or detailed test execution schedule. So all these becomes your test work product. And similarly for execution, you have execution logs, defect report, test summary report. Sorry, test summary report comes in the test completion phase. So all these work products are basically that work product which are created during the testing lifecycle and can be referred at any point of time throughout the lifecycle for planning or conducting an activity or changing the activity like decision making or control action. So of course these work products will be referred for that. All right, so I hope that answers your question, Kanath. Okay, Maria, we have a question there like, is my message is not reaching? Okay, I think this is your first message, Maria. I'm not sure if you have dropped any of the messages because I didn't see any messages from you before this. So this was your first message, which I see saying that is my messages not reaching. So yes, your messages are not reaching me if you have dropped anything before that. is that you need to make sure that this chat allows maximum of 200 characters. So if your chat is longer than 200, it will not reach me. Or if it has any kind of link like .com, .in or email IDs, it will not reach out to me, because as per the policy of YouTube, they block the links to be shared over the chat. So please take care of that. If you can just help me with your question again, I will definitely love to answer this. All right, that says, sir, I know we cannot archive 100% bug-free product, but how can we be sure about that? Of course, that is about the extensive approach which you make use of. You do have certain thing called as test approaches, which helps you to determine that what level of testing you're doing, what number of test cases you have executed, and what area you have explored the best. Now, of course, that can be done again with a lot of other several factors. For example, risk-based testing. You have first identified all the risk areas of your product and then designed your test cases according to mitigate them. Now, that will give you the assurance that you have resolved or mitigated all the critical areas of your product. Then other things are anyways tested and they are working fine. So even if you do not resolve some of the basic defects, that still gives you the confidence that people will not reach out to this particular defect when you release that product to the market. So basically, it's the judgment that what is the defect all about? Will it be impacting the user experience or user usage of the product? For example, right now you might be using 100 applications, right? But everything works fine as per your expectation, then you don't know if there are any bugs behind that until unless you are exploring the app rather than using the app, correct? So there might be bugs behind the screen, because most of the time, whenever you have an update, they say bug fixes, number one thing. Okay, the new update has bug fixes, and you were never aware of that there was an issue in the product, right? So yes, these are those bugs which are deferred during the release. They are not visible to a user, but of course visible to a tester or visible to a developer. But a user will never reach out to that point that he can find the bug or she can find the bug. Now that's where you call it as you don't deliver 100% bug-free product. Still, you make your users reliable to that product and just give that satisfaction level that they can make use of it. Okay, so that's how you say that you have that efficient, effective testing being done before you release the product to the market, even if you have some of the bugs remaining. Okay, Madhya says, hi, sir. How are you? I think I'm getting all your messages now. I'm fine, Madhya. How are you doing? Thank you for joining in. I'm preparing for mobile application testing this time. Good, very good. I appreciate that. Now, but ISTQB India board do not conduct the exam. Okay, no problem. Right now, you have opportunity to take the examination from any particular board which is conducting that exam, because everything is online and you can definitely go for that. But the only condition is you must have a local address or any correspondence address in that country which you're taking it from. Okay, if in case you do not have any local addresses from the country you are going to take the exam from, you cannot apply, because the field that is country, city, and PIN code, that is zip code, will only accept the local country code. Okay, so if in case you have any friend who is in that country, is working there, you can use their address to do the registration and take up your examination. Or the only other option which you have is wait for the ITB to organize that exam for you. Okay, it may take some time. I think they recently had some promos about new certifications. So please check that. Like, let me check it for you right away. We have ISTQB.in, and in ISTQB.in we have new certifications. So you can also navigate if you want. You go to ISTQB.in and go to the new certification section. And there you will find the list of new certifications being added. Okay, I think this is, no, these are from Brightest Global. They are adding a lot of other certifications. Okay, coming soon. Let me just check here. Okay, yes. They say that they're coming soon with performance testing, mobile application, gambling industry, usability and automotive software tester. So please check with them, talk to them about this, and that by when you can expect this certification, and you will definitely be okay with that. Because when they say coming soon, probably down the line, 2 to 3 months, they will have the certification on their board. Okay, so yeah, you can look for that, Maria. Okay, we have from another comment from Tapelo. Tapelo, can you please explain test generation layer? Okay, test generation layer is basically about generating the test data, and generation layer basically creates a filter. Okay, let me explain you without the diagram, because with the diagram it will be easy to understand. When we have a generation layer, it's just like calling a particular function or calling a particular framework, making use of libraries or making use of function names. So you would have created a library which is created for you, and now you want to create a control flow on your execution, that is the test. So instead of writing your entire script at the same time, and you just make use of the keywords and then call the script. So generation layer basically stands for that what all your tool can generate for you from the resources, which is inbuilt or probably external resources. So you don't have to write that. You don't have to prepare from the hardcore, that is scratch. All you have to do is just refer to that material. For example, generic functions. You do have a lot of generic functions to check the date or name field or any other things, and customize the format of the date or format of the time. So you can write a lot of generic functions and you can just call that. So instead of writing those functions again and again every time you create a test, you can create a reference to that particular function which you'd have created and stored it as a library. So that's what you call it as generation layer, which is used in the automation. Okay. So, okay, can I say, so the term work product is nothing but the document created while activity. Am I right? Yes, it is the document which is created as the activity, but reusable. If it is a one-time document, you generally don't refer it as uh, kind of work product. Work product means that it is reusable. It can be referred for future purposes. Okay, you say Maria says coming soon is there from last 1 year. Oh, okay, that I'm not sure because I don't often visit these websites. I only visit istqb.org for my preparations and materials. But so sorry to say that coming soon is there from last 1 year. But I think recently I have trained some of the organization for automotive tester, so they are already appearing for the exam. So you can write to them. They may conduct an examination for you. They might be having, but they would not have updated the website. So please reach out to them. There is a contact number on the website, mostly Pravesh. So you can talk to him, and Pravesh can tell you whether you can write it as an independent source or you have to wait for that certification to be publicly available, because they are conducting the examination, that I can tell you. Okay, but not sure about mobile, because automotive tester is also in the list, but they are doing it. So please, check out with them once. Kanat says, thank you so much. You're welcome, Kanat. Every time you are always here on each of our live sessions. So thank you so much for being a part of it. And should you have anything else, just let me know. And thank you so much for contributing to the session by asking a question. Yassine, we are 10 minutes away from the live session finishing. So if you have any other questions, quick questions to be asked, just let me know. I'm here to assist you. And I would love to answer your questions before we wind up with the day. Okay, the fellow says, how is the test generation layer different from definition layer? So, of course, the generation layer is about generating something, and for that you need power input. For example, when you call generator, like a little generator, which is used for power generation, right? When you use that as a backup for your power source, like UPS. So, if you see, I have a UPS, which is my product, which is for power backup, and I don't charge it, right? I don't charge it. I cannot expect that UPS to generate power for me when I need it, right? In the power failure situations. So, what is definition layer? Definition layer is plugging in the UPS for charging. and then making use of the stored energy in the UPS as a power backup when you need it. So definition layer is the layer where you define these basic functions which might be required at any point of time. So I may have a lot of generic functions. I may have a lot of private functions or public functions which are already created. Now that's what is definition layer, where you define that what all things you will be using. As simple as, even if you talk about an automation object, like a description based object or descriptive programming, I do create a lot of definitions that this object will be referred to this one, this keyword will be referred to this particular object, and then making use of it is the generation layer. So definition layer is about defining those things, and generation layer is calling those things. So defining, declaration, and calling is your generation. Okay, so setting up the architecture, setting up the control flow, or setting, not control flow, sorry, setting up the base scripts or the functions or objects which you may need in your script is the definition layer. And then the second layer comes as your generation layer, which will basically go ahead with the calling of these created things. Yeah, you say thanks, so you're welcome. Should you have anything else, just let me know. Yasim, we are going to quickly go ahead with the session today. There's some 9 minutes more to go. If you have any other questions, please do let me know. Right, meanwhile, I have a quick announcement here that we do have a channel about technical terms and glossary. So you can definitely find that on this channel. And if you're interested, you can even follow this channel for more quick definition and terminologies about technology and testing related keywords. So this channel will completely have all the definition. You can find a lot of material as of now as well. So if you're interested, you can follow that, because I had a request from some of our participants and audience that we don't find a good glossary for testing terminologies and definitions. So is there a good source? Then I thought, why not to create a channel for all of you? And that's what sparked this particular initiative. So if you're interested, do follow this channel, and you will have definitely everything about testing in simple definitions. You don't have any video beyond 3 minutes. So it's a very short video. So anytime you get stuck, you just click on this video and listen to the definition. So it includes the definition, meaning, and example of every terminology. So a quick definition to get you, helping you with understanding any certain thing which you might be interested in. Okay, we have another question from Maria. Sir, is there any planning for Java, Selenium, API, security testing videos in other channel? Testing in nutshell? Yes, of course. Of course, I have to tell you one thing here, that testing in nutshell is a channel, and which is created by me. But of course, I'm only one person, so I can do one tutorial at a time. So recently, I just completed the Jira Administrator tutorials, and I'm planning to go with other tutorials. So of course, one after the other, you will have everything. So you will have Java, of course, you will have Selenium, you will have security testing. We will be talking about all technological specific things on testing in nutshell, which is completely about the testing tools or testing methodologies, approaches other than ISTQB certification. So I wanted to keep it completely different from this channel. So that's the reason I kept it in our other channel. And so we will be having really great content there. But you have to stay tuned for this, because I can do one module at a time. So you will have to wait. But yes, of course, you will have everything like this. You will have a lot of tools, a lot of concepts being discussed on that channel. Okay, so Jayad Khan has just subscribed to the channel. Thank you so much, Jayad. And Madhi M says, thank you for one more channel. Yours, it's all my pleasure. But the only reason of creating multiple channel, because sometimes I myself feel that maybe some of my audience may feel that why different channels when he can do everything on one channel. But I think from the audience point of view, and YouTube analytics helps me to understand, or helps YouTubers to understand that what your audience need. So basically, the crowd which I have, on my channel right now is exclusively for ISTQB certification. And people recommend my channel to many others. But tomorrow, if I start doing API testing or Selenium on my channel, people will think that he has stopped working on ISTQB certifications. So people don't look at me like a source for learning any certification of ISTQB. So that's the reason I've not merged the things in one channel. And when I keep a particular channel exclusively for something, I have an objective to share. I have an objective to tell people that this is what the channel is all about, and you will find exclusively these contents. Similarly, if I put glossary in any of these channels, it might become again like, oh, he's putting now definitions. He's no longer interested into concepts. So people start getting distracted from the source, which I may be sharing with them in future. So that's the reason I created a different channel. But I think these are the three things which are important for any individual. So I don't think I'll be having another fourth channel or something, but I'll be keeping all my material restricted within these three channels. Number one is for glossary, that is technical vocabulary. And second is for about tools and approaches, that is testing in nutshell. And of course, this one is about completely on ISTQB certification. So you will never expect any other video than the certifications on this channel. Okay. If you need anything beyond this, you are free to move out to my channel that is testing in nutshell, where you will definitely find a lot of interesting concepts and tools to learn from. Okay. Zayed says, sir, how can you remember all these? That's experience, Zayed. When you work on certain things on daily basis frequently, you don't tend to forget things. Just like, when you talk to your friends, you meet your friends, you remember everything about them, whatever they said. Or even if your friend said something 1 year ago, you do remember that. Why? Because you interact with them on daily basis. You talk to them on every day, and you definitely, get into discussions every day, and you don't skip any particular day without meeting them. So you remember what they said last year, what they said 2 years ago, what happened with them 5 years ago, right? The same thing here. I have been working on testing for a long time and have everything there with this particular hard disk, which you call it as brain. So anybody knows what's the storage capacity of hard disk, which we have in our brain? No, it's infinity. You can go on storing subjected you have a flexibility to reuse that. See, if you don't reuse anything, you will forget. If you reuse consistently, you will definitely remember that. That's the memory. Okay, that's the memory usage. So that's how I remember. So Jayad, as you start your career and you start moving into that, you will definitely remember a lot many things which you work on, and you will definitely not forget them. Even if I ask you after 10 years that what you did in your first year, nobody forgets that, right? So that's how I not exactly remember. I understood everything, and that's what I'm sharing from my experience. Okay. Anyways, you have good to learn a lot from this sessions, because that really adds a lot of inspiration to many people. That yes, memorizing, not memorizing, or like understanding so many things and remembering that would definitely be really important for anyone. Yep, you're welcome. You're welcome, Zal, and try to build up good memory, which will basically be helpful for you as well to help people in future. Because of course I'm doing it right now, probably tomorrow I may not have enough time, and I would need people like you to take over these kind of things and assist people further, so that people remember you, that yes, Zaid is a person who has helped so many people to learn something about. So I encourage people to do that. Okay. So looking forward to have you all as my subordinates to work together and see what else we can do together, right? All right. So yes, team, we have another quickly 1.5 minutes of time. If you have any specific question, anything to talk about, just feel free, drop it here, and I'm here to respond to your queries. It was really a great, interesting session today. Initially, we had only less people, but later we got a good response from all the people joining in. I thought everyone is busy celebrating Valentine's Day, but there are people who are single here, and looking forward to explore something about their profile rather than celebrating the Valentine's Day evening. Okay, Tapelo, what time does live session start? 7 p.m. Indian Standard Time, 7 p.m. IST. We start the session, and we are here for an hour time to answer your questions. Okay, and every Saturday, no matter what day it is, what festive occasion it is, I will be here. If I see there is no one coming in and joining in, then I'll wait for 15 minutes and call off the session. because it's completely to answer your queries. So I will wait for the audience. If audience are there, we will continue. If not, we will just wind up the show. Otherwise, every Saturday, 7 p.m., I start a live session here to answer your queries. And you are welcome always, Tapilo. Even if you don't have a question, you are free to join and listen to the people who have questions. All right, that's it. That's a 1 minute, 1 hour completed for the live session. I hope we do not have any other questions. If in case your team still have any questions, I would love to answer them. If not, I would like to thank you. Okay, happy Valentine Day from single brother. All right, I wish you get doubled very soon, or probably you find your love this Valentine. And I wish you really a good and happy life ahead. And I hope you are enjoying. I can see that smiley there. So you're happy alone. All right. Oh, no, let's not get into any other discussion than our channel, because YouTube will be wondering then, this guy is having multi talents to share with the people. Anyways, thank you so much, team, for joining in and contributing to this live session. I always appreciate everyone's contribution here, because this session is about you, for you, and made for you. So if in case you don't join in, you don't ask your questions, I alone cannot make this live session successful. So thank you so much, each and everyone who has joined today and asked their questions and contributed to this live session. I appreciate your presence and definitely welcome you aboard every weekend at 7 p.m. Indian Standard Time to join in the live session. So thank you so much, team, for being here. It was really great pleasure answering your questions and assisting you with your queries, and I would love to do that in future as well. So that's all from today's tutorial. Abhishek, I have a question. Quick, 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 quick. Just drop the question quickly. Or else I was just about to say my last tagline to close the day. As he has just raised his hand, like, hello, I have a question. So you just drop me a question, Tiwari. I'll respond to it and we will call off the day. How to change the profile from QA to SDT? That will be definitely about learning that concepts. What this SDT stands for? Because software developer, but what is T? Tester. Because I have heard of SDET, but not SDT. What is SDT, Abhishek? Yeah, SDET, that's what. So you may have to learn a lot of other techniques like programming as well, and the backend and front end of the applications, which is just not limited to UI tester and kind of thing. So what you need to do is you need to explore some of the things from the API point of view, that what exactly APIs are, how does a web service work within an application, and okay, namaste, Tapelo. I do understand that that's something new for you, but yeah, thank you so much for saying that. So yes, Abhishek, when we talk about becoming an SDET, it is like software developer engineer in test. So this developer engineer in test basically requires you just not to be limited with testing. You do need to understand what is an architecture, what is the web services, what is a middleware of an application, how does the backend work, and how does the front end work, how this integration happens between the backend and front end, why something else is visible to a developer, why something is visible to a tester. So it requires you to learn certain languages, certain approaches, and certain other things which would be really great to make you or call you as a developer. And this developer is not about coding. You won't be developing the product. You will be actually software developer engineer in test. So testing will be your main domain, but having this understanding will make you a full stack tester. Okay, will make you a full stack tester. That means assume that you are doing system testing and you get stuck with something, you know where the problem will be. So you are actually going to tell your developers that, boss, this problem is due to this particular program or this particular architecture, due to which we are getting this issue. All right. So you need to explore a lot of things from the backend, that is services or firewall security, many other things, and that is what will call you yourself as SDET. Okay. So anyways, you can always go to Google and search for SDET training course. Okay, search for SDET training course material or course content, and that will give you the list of things what you're learning, like Git, or there are a lot of tools which you can make use of. It's just not limited to testing. Like you can learn Bitbucket, you can learn Git, you can learn Jenkins, you can learn many other things which will make you completely an SDET. So there are a lot of modules. Okay. Anyways, thanks for asking your last question, and I hope I have answered your question well. So that's all from this particular live session, team. Should you have anything else, feel free to let me know by commenting below. I'm always there to address your queries and answer them well. Till then, keep learning, keep exploring, keep understanding the context. Thanks for being a part of this live session, team, and happy learning. Take care, team. See you next week. Bye-bye.